Welcome everyone to the 2023, the very first presentation for senior presentations. It is my honor to introduce Ben Cullison to you tonight. I just want to share a quick story about him. Ben was one of my students my first year here, which was 6 years ago, and he walked into my room as a 6th grader. And believe it or not, I was significantly taller than him at the time, which has obviously changed. But I went up to him and I said, "Can I see your schedule? Because it just seemed like this 4'3" kid should probably not be in my class." And lo and behold, he was in the correct class. And not only was he in the correct class, he was a star in that class. And he always has been ever since that. Ben and I know each other pretty well. He's taken every math course that I offer at Manson. I help coach him in tennis. I have played tennis with him, and he's even seen me do karaoke. And so we know each other pretty well. And through our extensive time together, I've grown to absolutely adore this kid. He is intelligent, he is hardworking, he's generous, he's thoughtful, he's everything that a family should be proud of. So please join me in welcoming Ben Cullison to the stage.
Yeah, my name is Ben Cullison, and thank you all for coming to my senior presentation. This is my highlight video.
I think you press forward too soon, so press forward. I know, wait.
That's what's challenging about being first.
Get ready for your slide. Perfect.
Okay, try one more time, Ben. You have to wait, you can't click.
I didn't click it.
Okay, don't press anything right now.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. I swear I clicked it once.
Okay. Let's go here.
Oh, network or internet? It's on YouTube. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe.
No, it was working earlier.
Okay.
You just have to add with it.
Yeah, here she's here.
What I'll have you do is I'll have you continue, and then.
Oh, here we go. Oh, just.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I'll have you continue, and then at the end we'll go back to it,
Okay.
and then I'll have someone come in and help with that.
Okay. Okay, so some of my accomplishments that I've accomplished during high school is currently I have a 3.85 GPA, and I'm hoping to end with an even higher as I have all A's right now. I was the tennis MVP 10th grade year, and I've also gone to state in tennis, now coming up twice. I play in state again this Thursday and Friday, so I'm very excited for that. A big accomplishment for me is I'm graduating a year early. This was a decision that wasn't easy, but now since I'm here, I'm very thankful for it, and I'm happy to get my college days started. Also, I'm a business owner with my sister Grace. We have a business called Cookies for College that my dad helped us start, where we used to go to the farmer's market and sell cookies and jams that we would make, and we would take half the profit and we put it in a savings account, and we would use it now we're using it for anything that we need in college. So just for transportation, food, whatever. So it's really helpful now. And then also, I'm graduating with 65 college credits, which graduating early and getting 65 credits is a big deal for me. So I'm very thankful for that. And then I also played piano since 6th grade, and I've participated in, I think, 3 recitals, playing songs like The Wedding March and Don't Stop Believing, My Journey. So I stopped playing piano a couple months ago, but that was a lot of fun for high school. Oh yeah, and I also did kickboxing a little bit over the winter when I wasn't doing a sport. I've been a fan of MMA for a long time, and so finally getting to go down and train some kickboxing was a lot of fun. I found that I was actually kind of good at it, so that's something I'm looking to continue to do in college. So very excited about that. Punting. punting has been a big deal for me in high school. I started punting when I was just in elementary school. I've always been pretty good at it, but I finally realized after Mr. Nygreen kind of told me how actually good I was at it in 9th grade. Me and my dad, we signed up for an organization called Cole's Kicking Camps. You can see I have my profile up there, where I was listed this year as a 4-star out of 5, which was a big deal for me. It was a lot of fun. I went to 2 camps in Phoenix, doing one last February, or no, 2 years ago February, and then last year in December we went down to Phoenix and I did 2 camps. And then we went to Minneapolis, where my cousin lives, so we got to visit him, and I did a camp there. And then the Waffle House was I didn't have any pictures of the camp in Dallas, but we went to Dallas, and I went to my first Waffle House in Dallas, which was a lot of fun. And it is the stereotype that people do yell at each other in there, and the food's pretty slow, and they always have staffing issues, so I thought that was pretty funny, but yeah. So that was Dallas, and yeah, so overall punting has been kind of a big deal for me. I was trying to go to college for it for the past years, but kind of realized at this last showcase that I'm just not there, but it's okay. So it's still a lot of fun. It was still a lot of fun for high school. So I did my internship with Miss Dunbar, Edward Jones Financial Advisors. So she taught us just about, basically all about just how she helps people budget for retirement. My mom's an accountant, so I've always heard financial advice throughout my entire life, like not to get into credit card debt, not to take a loan out for a car. But it was really fun to hear that advice from someone else, and she basically said all the exact same stuff. And just seeing how her day goes and how she just how she budgets for people's retirement, how she helps them save money. It was really cool. And so while I kind of figured out I don't necessarily want to be a financial advisor, I do still want to go into finance. That leads me into my next steps. I'll be going to Arizona State University, where I will be majoring in finance and accounting, trying to look for a double major. And then I think I'm going to try to do a minor in an international studies of some sort. So I'm very excited for that. I've been to Phoenix. I went to Phoenix when I was a kid, but as a high school, I've gone to Phoenix twice now, and I've come back enjoying it every single time. So getting to go there for college now and actually really live my life there, I think is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm very thankful for that. And I'm also in the business school there, so I'm very excited about that. So my community contribution, I've participated in things like the Veterans Day breakfast. I've done Haunted Manson. I'm actually the only donor for the outdoor club. But my main community contribution is, so I live at Wapato Lake, and around the side, just like a minute away from where I live, there's a pond right next to Wapato Lake where there's a pillar, and the pillar is hollow, as you can see there. So every year, geese, they'll go in there and they'll nest and they'll lay their eggs, and then once the geese hatch, then they're stuck in there. And so every year, my dad has had to go out there and save the geese, and on a little boat. It's been kind of funny every time, but the moral's kind of sad behind it, because geese were gonna die if we didn't do anything. So this year, we finally decided, for my community service hours, that I was gonna go out and we were gonna take rocks from my property, and we were gonna fill up the pillar with rocks, so that this year, the geese, if they ever tried to lay their eggs in there, they would either be able to get out, and they wouldn't die. We also emailed and sent letters to Fish and Wildlife about doing something about it, and they did do a ladder in there. It was basically impossible for the geese to get up it because they're really small. They kind of made it was pretty big, so it was pretty much impossible. So I feel really good about that. It was a lot of fun, and it showed hard work as I got out there when it was freezing cold on frozen lake and threw rocks in there. So I'm very proud of that, and I think it was good for the community and for the geese. So my legacy, I want my legacy to be surrounded around tennis. I was one of the first kids here to start playing at Harmony Meadows, as that's where our team is located now. But I was one of the first kids to try to make a push to the school to create a team, and I'm very thankful that they did. And so, so I'm very thankful that the school created a tennis team, and I'm very proud to be one of the founders of that. And also, I was on the team since, obviously I was on the team since it was founded, and I'm also one of the first kids to go to state on the team too. So I hope that 100 years from now, when people talk about Manson tennis, they can remember Ben Cullison from the 2000s as the first kid. So that's a pretty cool legacy. So these are my two dogs. I needed to put them in there somewhere. I didn't know where, so I put them for advice. My advice, something that my dad's always told me is, if you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly bear. Basically meaning that with anything you do in life, whether you like it or not, do everything with tenacity and with your full effort. I think that's very important for life. As just everything, it makes no sense not to do everything with full effort. So. And also to follow your dreams. I think that's also very important. As if no one followed their dreams, no one would be sad. So, so this is my gratitude. So first, I want to say over there on the very far right, that's my tennis trainer, Brad Jeffries. I've been training with him for the past 4 years now. I've gone down to Wenatchee every week for 4 years, and so I put in a lot of time for tennis. And he's been just an absolutely just monumental part of my tennis career. Always asking me how I've done, giving me free electrolytes, free wraps for my racket, helping me buy strings. Basically everything in tennis has been surrounded around him. So I'm very thankful for him and what he's done for my tennis game. Next, I want to say I'm thankful to Miss Sorensen. Like she said, I have had her since 6th grade. I've taken every one of her math classes. She's been an absolutely huge part of my high school career and middle school. I've never had a year without her. And so it's like, I don't even know what to say. It's like every part of everything for me has been, she's helped me with, even just last year for college, she helped me write my personal statement, because my personal statement before that was pretty bad, so she helped really beef it up. And so that's just an example of just something that she's been a part of. But yeah, just basically everything in my life she's been a part of. So I'm very thankful for you, so thank you. Next, I want to say I'm thankful for Mr. Fournier. Again, I've had him since I was in 8th grade, so I've had him almost equally as long. I didn't know necessarily what to think of him at first, but now I've just absolutely grown to love him. I think he's an absolutely incredible teacher, and he's got so much knowledge to pass on to everyone. And I think that when you really talk to him and really get to know him, it's very interesting to hear what he has to say. And I think I've taken almost all of his classes. There's a couple I've taken, but for example, I've taken his English 131 class. I took that with Sam. It was one trimester of writing 11 or 12 papers, so it was really super stressful, but it was really good for my writing career, and I'm very thankful for it. And it wouldn't have been the same without him. So I'm very thankful for Mr. Fournier. And then lastly, I want to say I'm thankful for Mr. Johansson. He's been my only coach throughout high school, because I've only played football and tennis. So Mr. Johansson has been the only coach I've ever had. So I'm very thankful for him. He's been absolutely incredible in just being supportive, and most of all being personable, actually being a personal and fun coach. It's just been incredible. I wouldn't want to have any other coach. So I'm very thankful for you. Also, I want to say I'm thankful for my family. This is my mom, Chris, my dad, Don, and my sister, Grace. My dad, he's been an absolutely huge part of my life with absolutely everything that we've seen on here, the punching, the grades, the community contribution, all my sports, my legacy, everything has been because he drove me to do it in a good way. I absolutely love him, and he's been he retired early so that he could be a full-time parent for us, and so it's just been absolutely incredible. Having him as my dad. He's been extremely supportive and driving me for everything I've done. So I just want to say I love you. I'm very thankful for you. My mom, again, she's been extremely supportive throughout my entire life. Again, everything from grades to sports. She used to be the one who used to drive me down to Wenatchee for my lessons, and pay for them. So it kind of shows their commitment to my game and how much that they care about me. And and I'm very thankful to say that my parents really do care about me, so that's really great. And my sister, she's also been a huge supporter in my life. She used to drive me to school every day and we used to yell at each other, but now we know it's really funny now. And I love her, and she's just always been the best older sister, so love her.
Well, let's try your video real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
We have a technology assistant.
Yeah, just,
Playing with little things.
Let's see.
we can go to my YouTube channel and just play it out.
On the YouTube channel?
Yeah, post it to YouTube.
Go ahead and advance to that slide real quick. There we go.
Now we go press.
Just
Hit
forward.
the button again, and it should
Oh,
play.
sweet.
Nine.